Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has it throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for three. Shot! He turns the
Look
game.
to throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
To you live from Taggart Stadium for high school football here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight, a Week 2 Game 3 action, non-conference action in Class 4A, as the Newcastle Red Hurricane, or Red Hurricanes, take on the Armstrong Riverhawks. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, by the Red Zone, by R. Cunningham Funeral Home, by Madur Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Joseph's Marketplace, by Dorn Concrete, by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty, by DNR Lawn Care, by Works in Progress, by the Lawrence County Child Youth Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Week 2, Game 3. Only feels fitting to say that when we come here to Newcastle, as legendary Ken LeBovie would always say. I'm James Dodson, glad to bring you the action here from the brand new turf here at Taggart Stadium for tonight's contest, as we're getting ready for non-conference, one final non-conference tilt for Newcastle before they start conference play next week. For Armstrong, they have this and one more game before their Greater Allegheny Conference play begins. Both teams coming in with a 1-1 record. Newcastle and Armstrong, it's interesting, one of the oldest and most historic programs in the WPIAL against one of the newest, a school that formed just 8 years ago. We'll take our first time out of the pregame show, and we'll come back and get you ready for tonight's game as we go on our LGKG pregame show. Back in a moment after this 2-minute timeout here at lcsportsnet.com.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Back here on our Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. A law office of AV rated attorneys and super lawyers. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Visit lgkg.com for your free consultation. I'm James Dobson. About 25 minutes away from kickoff here in tonight's game between Newcastle
celebrate the spirit, the joy, and many memories that the Yankees have provided for all of us these past 15 years, and we will look forward to many more in the years to come. Please help us celebrate the 50th anniversary season of the Yankees as we acknowledge some of the past, present, and members of our Yankee family. First, the two women who died away in 1972, advisors Denise Carter and...
All right, we apologize. Looks like we got volume back set up. They are introducing and honoring the Newcastle Dance Line Candy Canes after 50 years now that they've been in existence. Big shout out to the current director, Danielle Bruno. 50 years of the Candy Canes, fun little event there, and you have lots of the Pee Wee cheerleaders and football players that are going to be helping to line the tunnel here tonight. Our LGKG pregame show. We'll take a look at Newcastle, as we mentioned. Stacy Robinson making his way out from Union, back to his roots. Yes, a Union graduate, but Newcastle red and black is what he wore first, coming up through the ranks, and now a chance to go back after 25 years coaching at Union. Over 230 games coached in his tenure there at the U, a Lawrence County Hall of Fame inductee, and he's going to start with his first year here at Newcastle and use the strength that they have in the trenches, averaging close to 280 pounds on the offensive line. A couple of big seniors in Naeem Rogers and Antonio Gardner that are really anchoring the line and also getting pressure on the defensive front as well. But it's a sophomore quarterback who is calling the signals in Kyrell Harris, and he's gotten a lot of his stuff done on the ground, kind of more of a, making the offense a little simpler, I guess you should say. The facilitator, there's the word, facilitator of the offense for Newcastle so far, with him and junior running back Malik Jefferson. A couple of senior wideouts. Tyler Leakin's the main target it's been so far. Tayshawn Wilkins also out there, but they're just trying to get the ball into the hands of the playmakers any which way that they can. That's about the key to it. And a couple of sophomores you'll probably hear as well. Nate McKnight, Kayvon Gardner, trying to get them the ball in space any way they can. In fact, Gardner had a kick return for a touchdown last week against Mars, and in fact, that was the only score in that big loss, 51-7. Newcastle's been on both ends of the spectrum, a 49-0 victory here at home in Week 0 against Summit Academy, but then a 51-7 defeat there at Mars with their first-year head coach, Eric Kasparovich. Which team will it be this week? It's, I think, more than anything going to be a test of what will the defense bring this week for Newcastle, having to, adjust from what was a powerful running attack that Mars had a week ago to a very strong aerial attack that you're going to see here today coming from Armstrong. That's going to be the challenge. We'll see how the Canes face defensively and if they can put points on the board enough to keep up with the offensive pace of one of the top quarterbacks and top offenses in the WPIAL. We're going to take a station timeout. We'll be back after this 60-second break. You're watching high school football here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and listening on News Radio 1200 WKST.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates, or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
As we come back on our Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George pregame show, we thank our friends at LGKG.com and all of our wonderful sponsors allowing us to provide coverage of all 8 schools in the County of Champions here at LCSportsNet.com and our high school game of the week here on the Lawrence County SportsNet High School Game of the Week on News Radio 1200 WKST. Let's take a look real quick at the Armstrong offense as we have, again, a special ceremony going on for the Newcastle Candy Canes in their 50th year of existence. For Armstrong, it's all about the quarterback, Penn commit Caden Olson. He's going to go down as one of the top passers in WPIAL history. There's just no other way to say it other than that right there. 2,500 plus yards each of the last 2 seasons, and already with 24 passing attempts per game, in the first 2 games, a 5-touchdown performance, 4 in the air and 1 on the ground. He's also the leading rusher for this Riverhawks team. Not a whole lot of yards, mind you, just averaging 4 yards per carry, but that's because, well, they're going to spread it out, and they're going to trust their 6'5" quarterback to make the right throws, which he has done truly for the last 3 years in an Armstrong uniform. I mentioned Armstrong, the merger of Ford City and Katanning back in 2015. Their coach, Frank Fabian, has been the Armstrong coach ever since the existence of their team. And it was interesting because when the team began, it was a guy by the name of Zane Dudek who ended up setting the WPIAL all-time rushing yards record. And now less than 8 years later, complete change in style based on what they have. And what they have is one of the best quarterbacks that you are going to see. And he's got some great targets to work with on the outside as well, as any great quarterback will. And it starts with his younger brother, Ian Olsen. He and fellow sophomore Kyan Klein have been the 2 major beneficiaries on the outside. Ian's got 2 touchdowns, but it's another 5 players who have touchdowns as well. All coming in the air, by the way. 7 touchdowns for Caden Olsen. That's the number of touchdowns that Armstrong has gotten offensively on the season. So keep an eye on the extensive cast, those 2 especially, but you'll have a Jack Vlasic as an H-back, Dosic Zablocki in there, Joe Bartolowicz. Is everybody getting involved in this offense? Isaiah Brown, a nice young player as well. You will be seeing as much as you possibly can. It's going to be tough because they're going to spread the field. You have to be playing assignment football to the best of your ability if you want to have any chance of making this happen against a very talented Armstrong team. Again, both teams 1-1 in the season. Newcastle in the Parkway Conference will begin their conference play next week at West Allegheny. Armstrong will have one more non-conference tilt before they get ready for their conference play in that Greater Allegheny Conference. They are introducing the Pop Warner team, a great sight out here. Lots of players out on the field getting ready for tonight's game at Taggart Stadium. Beautiful night, though. The sun can set any moment here, as it is right in our eyes here on the visitor side of the stadium at historic Taggart Field. The Newcastle against Armstrong kickoff just about 12 minutes away. So what we're going to do, we're going to take another station timeout. When we come back, take a look at what's going on around the county, get you some starting lineups, and get ready for kickoff here at Taggart Stadium. Back after this 60-second break on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and listening live on the News Radio 1200 WKST.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
About 10 minutes away from kickoff here from Newcastle High School. Canes against Riverhawks. Newcastle and Armstrong, a battle of 4A schools. And not the only Greater Allegheny versus Parkway conference clash as you go non-conference action across 4A. You also have Aliquippa traveling to North Catholic. That's 2 of the top 5 ranked teams according to the Trib Live High School Sports Network's rankings. That'll be a good game we'll try to keep our eye on. Blackhawk hosting Mars. Again, Mars, who the Canes got to see up close and personal. A couple of great games for the Fightin' Planets as they start their new era with a brand new head coach and former Pine Richland skipper Eric Kasparovich. And Chartiers Valley hosting Highlands, also one of the games on tap. Actually, there's a Greater Allegheny Conference game going on tonight as well. No, that can't be right. That's another non-conference one. Pardon us. Central Valley traveling to Hampton, another non-conference tilt between Parkway and Greater Allegheny. So fun to see those crossovers. The other games going on in the county, we have coverage of Mohawk traveling to Laurel. Mohawk getting their season underway. Just got word some technical difficulties over there at the Leonard Rich Complex, so that is going to have to be an audio-only broadcast for tonight. We apologize for those technical difficulties. We'll try to get all that straightened out here tonight, but sounds like the sun causing some issues with the cameras over there. So apologies, it will be audio-only over at that game. Glad you're listening to us audio-only on News Radio 1200 WKSD, watching live at lcsportsnet.com. The other games going on, all on the road. Union traveling down to Cornell. That'll be a big test for the Scotties, 1-1 after their victory last week against Elwood City. Wolverines traveling down to Carlinton. A couple of tight games to start the year, a couple of just 2-score deficits for Elwood City. 0-2 to start, but now a 27-game losing streak. But you know they're getting closer and closer with new coach Dan Bradley. The way the season has started has been very solid. Games that everyone here will probably be keeping their eyes on and ears on. Neshannock traveling to Ambridge, as Ambridge in Class 4A Parkway Conference here with Newcastle. Neshannock, thoughts and prayers still with Mr. Peyton Weaver suffering the significant leg injury last week. He's out for the year, but he, we are told, has made the trip and will be down there at Ambridge, probably on the sideline, cheering on his team for sure in that contest. The other games, Riverside is where Shenango will be traveling, Shenango at Riverside, and Wilmington up in District 10 traveling to Mercer for their game. There's your Lawrence County scoreboard as we continue on our Luxembourg, Garrett, Kelly, and George pregame show. We thank our friends at LGKG and all of our great sponsors for their continued support of high school athletics here throughout the 2022 into 2023 school year. Newcastle Red Hurricanes are wearing their all-red uniforms with black numbers on the jerseys trimmed in white. The black helmets, they're emerging out of their locker room right now, about to come through the much extended tunnel that they've created here at Taggart Stadium. The band going from the end zone to about the 50-yard line, and then the Pop Warner and Pee Wee players extending even further down all the way to the other 20-yard line. As here come the Newcastle Red Hurricane, or Hurricanes. And if you've been in the area, you've heard, as the fireworks shake in the stands, you've heard the stories going on with the S or no S. The end zone says no S. The scoreboard says yes. Big Rob Nattell coming in. Thanks to Rob Nattell working the cameras here for us tonight. But Newcastle written on the side of the helmet for Newcastle. We're going to pause for a moment for the playing of our national anthem here from Taggart Stadium. Fireworks going off. More fireworks going off Newcastle, Taggart Stadium. We're about 4 or 5 minutes away from kickoff. Newcastle against Armstrong. All the who's who of Newcastle making their way in. Ron Poniwaz, Newcastle News to my left. We're going to have a good battle here tonight. Fun to watch and a big test for Coach Stacey Robinson and his Newcastle Red Hurricane. See what they can come up with in response to the talented Caden Olsen. To stop the passing game is going to be of the utmost importance. While we wait for the Riverhawks to emerge from their locker room, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take another timeout during our pregame show. We'll be back in a moment with kickoff from Taggart Stadium between Newcastle and Armstrong. You're watching on lcsportsnet.com and listening to high school football, our high school game of the week, on News Radio 1200 WKST.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information. Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Kickoff just a few moments away here from Newcastle High School. I'm James Hodson, glad to bring you coverage here on the Lawrence County SportsNet and on News Radio 1200 WPST captains. Now for the honorary coin toss. I'm not even sure why they officially do this right before kickoff. It's already been determined 30 minutes beforehand, but your captains heading out there are going to be the recaps of Dwayne Shannonhouse, Tyler Leakins, Naheem Rogers, and Robert Reed, it looks like, will be out there for the Canes. Heading out for Armstrong will be quarterback Caden Olsen, as well as Dozik Zablocki and Owen Kamer. Jackson Crispin also will join for the honorary coin toss. For the Riverhawks, they meet at midfield. Any other games going on across the county here tonight? Laurel hosting Mohawk, Union traveling to Cornell, Shenango to Riverside, Neshannock at Ambridge, Elwood and Garlington, and Wilmington at Mercer. Armstrong will be in their road white uniforms, blue sleeves, blue pants, and the orange helmets with the block white A on the lid. Get ready for the start of tonight's game. That wraps up our Luxembourg St. George pregame show. We thank them for all they've done for us at Lawrence County SportsNet. Armstrong has won the toss, and they have elected to defer their option to the second half. So Newcastle will receive. They'll be traveling right to left if you're listening to Lawrence County SportsNet. They're listening on KSD, watching at lcsportsnet.com. Hot night. It's going to get cooling down in a hurry, and that's a bit of a concern, I would say, because it means that you're likely going to be having a lot of cramping, which means we'll be talking about water breaks potentially quite a lot. So Armstrong will be booting it away. Hunter Reed will do the honors. He'll be kicking. Again, going left to right. Love this brand new turf with the alternating colors. Light green, dark green every 5 yards. A couple of men deep to return for the Canes, standing at their own 15-yard line. That's Tyler Leakins as well as Kayvon Gardner. Week 2, game 3, about to get underway. And the ball is in the air. A high short kick's going to be taken by an up man at the 36-yard line. Makes one man miss, but hit pretty quickly by a gang of Armstrong Riverhawks. And possession will begin for Newcastle. Pretty good field position to begin, starting at their own 42-yard line. So let's take a look at your starting lineups for tonight. Brought to you by Michael Kirkwood Jr. of Castle Realty. Thanks to Michael Kirkwood Jr. Give him a call for all your residential and commercial properties. Call him 724-301-1482. We're going to do our best with the sun coming right into our faces here. First and 10, starting off for Newcastle. They're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. In the gun will be, or under center in the I formation actually, will be the quarterback, Harris. He turns, hands it off up the middle, bobble on the handoff, but able to corral it there was the tailback Malik Jefferson for a gain of 2 on first down. You'll see on the offensive line, Jaden Morrison, Antonio Gardner, Marcos Diaz, Jaden Kirkwood, Naheem Rogers. A couple others will rotate in as well. Tayshawn Wilkins, Tyler Leakins, senior wide receivers. You'll see Kayvon Gardner, Nate McKnight, sophomores as the slide. You'll see Amir Akins in there as well, and JT Warren in there at the tight end position. Aiken in there to the right. Wilkins will come split to the left on second down and 8. First possession of the game. Man in motion is Leakins, and we're going to have a whistle, a pre-snap penalty. There were plenty of those on the defensive side last week that really plagued Newcastle, and that one looked more like a snap infraction. Thought that center Diaz went to snap it and then decided not to. So back it up. It'll be second down and 13 now. In the gun. Leakins again coming in motion right to left. Rolling that way is the quarterback. Lefty throws on the run. Deflected and almost intercepted. Had a man open. It was Leakins, but getting a hand on it was Ian Olson. And now a flag thrown near the end of the play as well. Basically a student body right rollout in that direction. Now the officials' work will confer. Could have been across the line. Could have been a man downfield. There's also a flag in the middle of all the Newcastle players, right back in the middle of the field. So you might have a couple of different penalties, possibly, while they sort it out. Let's take a look at that Armstrong defense. I mentioned Ian Olson in the secondary with Kyan Klein and Jack Valasek. Linebackers, Isaiah Brown, Jackson Chrisman, Rex Harmon as an outside backer. Nick McNeely, Dominic Hutchins, Ethan Chrisman, and Owen Kamer on the defensive front. Still waiting for an official decision, and they're going to get actually defensive holding in the secondary. So it should be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. But then a dead ball personal foul against Newcastle afterwards. So it'll be a 10-yard march forward, 15-yard march back, and it should remain second down. So 2 plays, 3 penalties already assessed. So they mark it 10 yards forward. And now they have to go and march it all 15 yards back. While they take the time, Ronnie, we'll get you scoreboard updates when we can. Brought to you by the Crane Room. Grab a seat at the bar, the dining room, the loft, or even out on the patio. Plenty of room at the Crane Room. And don't forget about that crowler to go. Fighting the glare with you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do the best that we can. 2 receivers each way. Leakins again across the formation. Trips now to the left. Handoff up the middle. Breaking off one tackler, but kind of running in the back of his own man is the running back. Malik Jefferson on the carry. Not much room. Maybe a gain of yard. Now they'll mark it right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down upcoming. 3rd down and long. First possession of the game for Newcastle. Call it 3rd and 18 from their own 32-yard line. A couple of penalties stalling this drive early. Newcastle sending trips to the left on 3rd and long. Harris in the gun. Drops back, now steps up in the pocket, sidearm throw, finds a man open in the zone, caught at the 40, fighting forward to the 45-yard line is Tayshawn Wilkins. Good pickup to at least make it a 4th down and 5, gain of 13 on the play, but it will be a 3 and out for Newcastle. At least that helps in the field position option. Yep, 4th down, punting unit will come out. It's Malik Jefferson to do the honors. Gets the kick away, end over end kick towards the near sideline. Sophomore Ian Olsen catches it at the 24, makes one man miss, breaks away from another tackle, but then is dragged down at the 31-yard line. In coverage was Jonah Moore, and that's where the Armstrong offense will get going for the first time tonight. We'll take a look at their starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Michael Kirkwood Jr. and Castle Realty. Check out his listings and all the real commercial and business and residential listings at castle-realty.com. Caden Olsen, 2,500 as the H-back. Kyan Klein, Ian Olsen, Joe Bartolowitz as the wide receivers. On the line, Owen Kamer, Aiden Smith, Ethan Crispin, Jacob Panic, and Will Adams. 3 receivers set. In the gun is Olsen. He's going to bring the man in motion. Zone read, handoff up the middle, ball on the ground, and diving on it are the Canes. An early fumble recovery. Travis Wetzel dives on the loose ball off that. Canes in business. Newcastle 1st and 10. And a whistle, and I think we're going to have, we're going to make sure the ball's spotted at the right place. It'll be at the 34-yard line with 9:26 remaining in the opening quarter. Trying to get the correct personnel out there for Newcastle. Bryce Wood, a late addition. He's in the slot, or he's actually to the right. 2 running back sent fake to Jefferson, keeper for the quarterback, and not much room there whatsoever for Kyrell Harris. No gain. Zablocki made the tackle. 2nd and 10, ball at the 34 of Armstrong, just 3 minutes into tonight's contest. In the gun, 3 receivers to the right. Dropping back is the lefty, flushed out, now scrambling out to his right against the grain, throws back across his body, launches one down the field, man open in the end zone, deflected at the last second, and knocked away. Just slightly underthrown, going against his body, but good hands to knock it away. It was Jack Valasek, I believe, in the end zone who got the big paws on it. Coach Robinson already his animated self on the sideline. Harris back in there in the gun, 3rd down. 2 backs, 1 each way. 3rd and 10. Now he's going to go under center in the I formation. And a whistle, and I don't think they got the play off in time. Delay a game, the call will push Newcastle back. It'll be 3rd and 15. Quick score update. Ambridge midway through the first quarter, up on the Shannock 7-0. Thank you, Mr. Ponywas. Now a much trickier situation, though you figure probably 4-down territory here. With the ball at the 39. Rolling out to his right again, now stepping up in the pocket, not much room to go for the quarterback. Harris dancing around, he's going to take off and run now and get ushered out of bounds after a short gain near the 37-yard line. Gain of 3. But it's going to be 4th down and about 12 to go at the Armstrong 36. So you got great field position after the fumble recovery. Now on 4th and long, question is, are you going for it? Are you going to try to boot it away? Just like that, and Shannock ties it back up at 7-7. A lot of confusion out there on the Newcastle offense, and Coach Robinson about to lose the headset as he calls for a Pontius Insurance timeout. Make sure you give Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Giddings a call. Visit PontiusInsurance.com. Get the best rates and customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. Remind you, too, coming up after the game, we will announce our LCAP Player of the Game Award. Lots of great ways LCAP improving the quality of life within Lawrence County. How about the Lawrence County Social Services, who can help individuals and families in applying for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the SNAP program, which helps with the cost of food. Visit lcap.org for full details. 8:30 remaining in the opening quarter. It'll be 4th down, 12 to go for Newcastle. They're going to go trips to the left, going for it from the 36 of Armstrong. This drive that began on the Armstrong 34. Low snap. Harris going to launch one-on-one coverage down the far sideline. Jump ball, one-handed snag at the 2-yard line. I believe that was number 87, J.T. Warren, on the catch. And he's now going to be limp coming up, but how about a 4th down conversion on 4th and 12? And that's just basically, I'm going to go throw it up one-on-one against Jack Balasek, the defender. And he goes and makes the play, but as he came down, tried to work his way off the field, but now is down at the 10-yard line, went to the ground, and it will be tended to by the Newcastle training staff. It'll be 1st and goal, though, for the Canes with 2 minutes remaining, or at the 2-yard line, I should say, with 8:23 remaining in the opening period. From the 36 down to the 2, a 34-yard pitch and catch. Thanks, Rob Gregory, tuning in. Wish you could be here. Looks like they're tending to the leg of the injured Kane player on the field. So while we have a moment, actually, let's step aside. We'll come back. And it'll be 1st and goal, Wildcat. Canes trying to strike first. That's it, we're going to keep it right here as they do get the injured player to his feet. Glad to see, with some help, JT Warren will make his way off of the field. Warren's first catch of the season, but he's not putting any weight now on that right leg. So now, can Newcastle punch it in? They'll break the huddle and have first and goal. Ball on the right hash, 8:23 remaining on now a winding clock in the first quarter against the Riverhawks of Armstrong. I formation set. Akins is the fullback. Handoff to the tailback. Jefferson trying to bounce to the outside. Not much room. Takes 3 or 4 white jerseys to finally bring him down. But Armstrong will get the tackle, and it's going to be a loss of 1 for Jefferson on the play. Second and goal, back at the 3-yard line. I formation again. You also have Marcus Evans now as a third back in the backfield. Actually, this is going to be a Wildcat set. Direct snap going to go to Jefferson. Going to try to use 2 blockers to the right. Breaks away from 1 tackle in the backfield. Fighting towards the pylon, and he's not going to quite get there. It'll be close. Mark it down just inside the 2. Down to the 1. Give him a gain of 2. Third down. Down to 7 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Newcastle trying to strike first. And if nothing else, extending any drive you can. You're keeping the ball out of Armstrong's prolific offense. Keep it out of their hands as long as you can. Harris under center, I formation. Now it's Jefferson as the fullback. Play action, rolling to the left, throw towards the corner of the end zone. Man open, and it's going to be just a little bit too high. Leakins was the intended target. Now 4th and goal from the 1. Offense staying out there. You wonder if Harris even may have had a chance to run that, but had the man wide open, it just sailed. In the gun, Jefferson to the left of Harris. Gets the snap, rolling to his left. Looking, pumps. Now he's going to lower his shoulder. It's going to be close right at the goal line, and he's stuffed. He did not make it. Held out at the last second. Coming in and making the hit from the quarterback spot was Ian Olson. And the Canes drive ends at the 1-foot line. Turnover on downs, but now that means the other way. Armstrong will start in the shadow of their own goalpost. 6:39 remaining. But what a huge change of possession that is. Change of possession brought to you by Medora Bonner Law. Coming out quickly under center is Olson. He's going to pitch it to the left to the tailback, cutting up field, gets out of the end zone, gets out to the 4 or 5 yard line. And holding onto the ball tightly. There was the tailback. That's number 7, Alex Patton on the carry. Out to the 5, gain of 4 on first down. Second down, 6 to go. Midway through the opening quarter, Armstrong's second possession. In the gun now is Caden Olson. 6'5" QB, takes the snap, play action, pumps, looking downfield, no one open there, goes to his brother on the near sideline, but he airmails it. So now both quarterbacks have left one up in the air. First pass attempt from Olson left high, and it'll be third down coming up. Third down and 6 from the 5 yard line. Had a chance to take a look at the starting Newcastle defense, see if they can step up and force a 3 and out and get the offense the ball back. with a chance at great field position. Olsen gets the snap, play action. Throwing towards the far sideline, caught on the out route at the 15 and pushed out of bounds up 20 is number 1, Kyan Klein. Big third down conversion and a gain of 15 yards. That's just a small sample size of what this team can do in throwing the football. That pass was thrown before Klein was even out of his break. Running back goes in motion into the flat, pump to him, throwing down the seam, man open, overthrown, intercepted near midfield. On the interception is Tyler Leakins, gets a big block at the 25, and gets down to the 20 into the red zone. Big block from Marcus Evans, but 2 possessions and 2 turnovers forced by the defense of Newcastle. Change of possession brought to you by Medore Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions by calling Medore Bonner Law, a flexible appointment hours team of experienced lawyers and staff. They're always ready to help, and just like that as well, Canes back in the red zone. Olsen, a couple of overthrown passes to the near sideline. Can Newcastle make them pay? In one long pass that got down to the 2-yard line, took 4 plays but could not punch it in. Handoff from Amir Akins, got some room to get to the outside, and he does. Down to the 15, steps back inside, makes a man miss, inside the 10, that's going to be enough for a Canes first down. Sabaki in again on the tackle. They do move the chains, 1st and goal, ball at the 9-yard line. Trips to the short side of the field to the right, 5:10 remaining opening quarter. In the gun, handoff up the middle, breaks away from 1, fighting forward is Jefferson. He's going to get down close to the 5-yard line, but we have a flag thrown right at the snap, and that usually is an indication of a procedure call. Clock's still running at 4:45 now. The legal procedure is the penalty. We'll push it back. It'll be 1st down and 15. It's about an extra 20 seconds before any of the officials gave a signal to stop the clock. 1st and goal now from, well, they marked it to the 12. If so, that's a 3-yard penalty. Yeah, now they're getting it right. Should be back at the 14. 4:45 remaining in the opening quarter. Clock winding. No play clocks, by the way, tonight. So they'll have to work on the back judge. Jefferson to the left of the quarterback. Harris dropping back. Steps up in the pocket. Has some green in front of him. Trying to break away, and he's going to be dragged down by the shirt. Good job to hold on for dear life by Ethan Chrisman and drag down the quarterback for a loss of 2 and a sack. A couple of splash plays for the Canes, but other than that, a lot of negative yard plays. 3 plays for no gain, 3 runs for no gain, a couple incompletions, and a couple of carries for negative yardage. That one was a loss of 3. 3rd and goal, ball at the 17-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Harrison to gun, Jefferson to his right. He drops back, looking that way. Now he's going to scramble, tries to step up, and he's going to get dragged down from behind again, right at the line of scrimmage. Same guy, Ethan Chrisman, back-to-back hits. Right at the line for no gain. Over 4 on 3rd downs is Newcastle, and now the question, are you going to bring out Angel Porras for a potential field goal, or you're going to have to try to punch this one in the end zone from the 17-yard line. And it looks like the offense is staying out there. Three minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Trips right. Harris gets the snap. Looking to his right. Going to throw in the wheel route. Has a man open towards the end zone. Jump ball caught. Tyler Leakins makes the leap and catch just inside the goal line. The fourth down conversion, and Newcastle on the board first. Little fake to the flat, went up the field. And Newcastle puts it in the end zone first. Second touchdown pass of the year for Harris as Angel Porras on to attempt the extra point. Snap down, snap back, hold down, and kick is good. Newcastle 7, Armstrong 0. Back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and News Radio 1200 WKST.
Looking to buy, sell, or rent in Lawrence County? Get Realtor Michael Kurtwood Jr. in your starting lineup today. Michael Kurtwood Jr. of Castle Realty caters to buyers, sellers, and renters of Lawrence County and the surrounding areas. Call Michael Kurtwood Jr. at 724-301-1482 today. Check out his current listings or list your home at castle-realty.com. People you know, people you trust.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Your Joseph's Marketplace drive summary: 5 plays, 19 yards, and a fourth down conversion from Harris to Tyler Leakins for the touchdown, and a 7-0 Newcastle advantage. Short kick is going to take a 900 pounds to the 22, and somehow just barely getting to it in time is the Armstrong return man. That's Jackson Crispin, who will pick it up and not go very far. Armstrong, third possession of the game coming up with 2:43 remaining. Their first 2, 4 plays and 2 turnovers. 5 plays and 2 turnovers officially. This time they will start at the 25-yard line. A 19-yard scoring drive. Also took about 3 minutes off the clock for Newcastle. Olsen, shotgun snap, handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room, but fighting his way forward is the tailback. That's number 7, Alex Patton, with his third carry. He's gotten pretty solid yards on each of his carries, so his first touch resulted in the first of the 2 first-quarter fumbles, or first-quarter turnovers, I should say, a fumble and an interception for Armstrong. Play action. Olsen trying to find a man downfield, waiting, now throws, diving attempt, and not much room, not much chance for Ian Olsen. That's because he was being absolutely hounded on the far side. Bump and run coverage, Leakins wasn't giving him any room. Third down and a long 6 to go. Trips stacked to the left. Trying to get lined up over on that far sideline. Olsen waiting for the call. Hard count, now looks back to the sideline. He's going to get an audible potentially from the coaching staff. Yeah, no play clock this week. And I think that we're going to get another Pontius Insurance timeout. Yes, we will. First one of the game. Called by Armstrong. They'll go talk to their coaches. Maybe get some water. Make sure you stay refreshed by enjoying hot or cold water at the click of a button. Or enjoy a cup of coffee with Penn Ohio Bottled Water's custom bottom-loading water cooler option. And remember, you can get 3 free bottles and a first month of a cooler rental for free if you sign up today. That's Penn, Ohio Bottled Water. Coming up after the half as well, we will have our Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show. Don Rebel, Chris Harlan, they're going to talk about the players to watch in the WPIAL, but don't you worry, you won't miss a thing. We'll have coverage of both the Armstrong and Newcastle High School marching bands coming up at the halftime break. When we come back to action, it'll be 2:13 remaining in the first quarter. Newcastle a 7-0 lead over Armstrong. Chip stacked to the left again. Patton standing to the left of the quarterback, Olsen. Play fake to him. Waiting, buying time. Launching one down the field. Man behind the defense. Jump ball and just a little bit over the head of Kyan Klein, who gets up looking for an interference call. There was a little contact, but basically right as the ball got there, coming back on it was Tayshawn Wilkins. One-on-one, quite literally, and the red jersey number 1 able to do enough to knock it away. And with that, it'll be a 3-and-out. Olsen 0 for 4, 15 yards and a pick. He serves as a protector in these punt formations. Jackson Kritzman in the normal punter's position, but this is dangerous anytime just because I could go to the young man. High snap goes through the hands of the punter. Kritzman gets a nice bounce, turns, has room, is able to get the punt off. End of end punt, bounces up to Newcastle 45, takes a great Armstrong block, bounce down inside the 30. Could have been disastrous. Instead, it's a 44-yard punt. No return, and with 1:52 remaining, Newcastle will take over 1st and 10. Tell you what, Tyler Weekins, both offense and defense, it's been a strong foundation for this team. Tell you what, the block in his return certainly would count as a door construction, big block laying down the lumber. Make sure you call Door Construction for your free estimates today on residential or commercial concrete services. I formation set. Jefferson dotting the I. Man in motion is Leakins. Handoff. Trying to cut outside, now planting the foot and cutting inside. Not a lot of room on the ground so far tonight for Malik Jefferson. Maybe a gain of 1 out to the 29-yard line. Under 2 to play in the opening quarter. Heard that name already. A lot of times on defense. Number 11, Dozik Zablocki in the middle linebacker position. Second down and 9, approaching 1 minute to go in the opening quarter. Dylan Carter, one of the 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers also to the right. That's Harris in the gun. Man in motion, jet sweep, handoff there. Trying to get around the edge is McKnight. Not much room for the sophomore Nate McKnight. Maybe a gain of 1 out to the 30, but that's it. And now a stoppage of the clock at the end of the play. Didn't see not seeing any laundry on the field, but they are going to make a call for an unsportsmanlike conduct against Newcastle. I never even saw a flag fly. An unsportsmanlike conduct against Armstrong as well. So both those are dead ball, unsportsmanlike, so it does count for each player. So it should be 3rd down then, correct? Dead ball should be 3rd down. There it is. They correct it. 3rd down is the call. Trips to the left for the Canes. 3rd and 8, less than a minute to play in the opening quarter. Quick screen to the near side, caught by Wilkins. Gets a couple blocks in front, trying to come to the near sideline. Makes one man miss before he's dragged out of bounds by the combination of Isaiah Brown and Ian Olson. Needed 8, got 6 on the bubble screen. Canes 0 for 5 on third downs, but funny enough, they're 2 for 3 on fourth downs, including the lone touchdown of the game, the 17-yard pass. Now a lot of commotion in front of us. This is a dragonfly. Now flying on the field. Our cameraman Rob Littell right down in the middle of that. He never budged. Back on the field. They're trying to figure out something with the spot, and Coach Robinson not pleased about something. It will be 4th down and 2 coming up, and the Canes are in punt formation. Snap back, Jefferson, low line drive, kicks, going to bounce at the 40, take a couple bounces, and finally Armstrong's just going to say, I'm going to get away from it. Rolls to the 35, where it will be down there after a 29-yard punt. .31 seconds remaining. Can't give Armstrong too much time and too many opportunities. They've struggled offensively early, but this is a team that averaged nearly 40 points per game last season. And a whistle and not enough men getting out there for Newcastle, and they're going to have to call, it looks like, another Pontius Insurance timeout. Second timeout already taken of the opening quarter by the Canes, one taken by Armstrong here in the first frame as well. While you have a moment, Angel Porras converted on the extra point earlier. Make sure you take care of this. Visit www.cunninghamfh.com or follow them on Facebook, providing compassion and guidance during one of your most difficult times. That's what the coaching staff trying to do out there, trying to give some guidance and being passionate about it out there for sure. Is this Newcastle coaching staff. And as to be expected, Coach Rob, we've seen him 2.5 decades at Union and out going crazy on the sideline as well, as they only sent out 10 players for that first down snap. Trying to hustle out there at the last second was Jaden Kirkwood. 11 out there in red now defensively. 1st and 10 for Armstrong. High snap, handoff up the middle, fighting forward, and gets a gain of 3 or 4 yards. That's been basically the status quo for Alex Patton on the ground so far here tonight. Newcastle, after giving up nearly 300 rushing yards a week ago, so far has stymied this Armstrong offense, but they're going to go up tempo, and that caused some issues when Mars did that last week. Keeper for the quarterback, makes one man miss, and then is drilled at the 40, falls forward to about the 41. Gain of 2 on Peyton Olson's first carry of the game, and they stopped the clock for a helmet being fallen off on a Newcastle player, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter nonetheless. We'll take a station timeout. We'll be back in a moment. Newcastle leading Armstrong 7-0 on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and listening on News Radio 1200 WKST.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Get ready to start the second quarter. Armstrong will have possession. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 41-yard line, now going right to left as you're listening on our high school game of the week, News Radio 1200 WKST. Option look, keeper for Olson, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Good little speed option to the left. Found the hole up the middle, took it, and gets the first down. Needed 4, got 7. That's what Olson can do. He's got the legs that really can cause some trouble. Quarterback draw this time, designed run again. And he goes across midfield, lowers the boom, does the 6'5", 220 quarterback, inside the 45, down to the 44 for a pickup of 8. And now maybe starting to see the tempo. And as soon as I say that, they'll slow back down. So Baraki has the H-back. In the backfield is Alex Patton to the left of Olson. 3 receiver set. Now he's going to bring the running back to his right, shift everybody to the right early second quarter, and a whistle. And somebody moved on the left side of that offensive line. I believe it was Will Adams. Only the second accepted penalty against Armstrong. Special thanks to our off-site producer and running our social media is Katie Walzer, tuning in, keeping everybody informed on the Twitterverse. We'll get you as many score updates as we can during our halftime break. Man in motion, a little pop pass forward, but play's going to be whistled down before it even started. Nifty little pop forward to Bartolowicz on a little jet sweep motion. Now on that one, Olson barely even touched the ball before he just flipped it back forward an inch, but and I'm not sure why the whistle was blown. I still don't even see a flag on the field, but we had that earlier too. Somebody without the mouthpiece in, apparently on that play. Dwayne Shannonhouse had to come off the field. Chase Lemon will come in for him. So back to the action. 7-0 Newcastle leading Armstrong early second quarter. Audible at the line of scrimmage by Olson. He's going to look, finds a man open on the quick hitch, fought at the first down at the 40-yard line, fights off a couple of men, and gets knocked out at the 36. That'll be a gain of 13 and a first down. That one you could see as Isaiah Brown makes the catch. That was basically a check with me at the line of scrimmage. He made a little signal to the quarterback, and they're right on the same page. Again, a ball thrown before Brown was even out of his break. Play action. Quick bubble screen to the right this time. Bartolomeo gets a good block, but then is hammered by the linebacker coming across. Marcus Evans, the senior, coming across to make the hit after a short gain. Joe Bartolowicz, 2 yards on that completion. Second down upcoming. Play action. Olson looking down the field. Throw again high and misses his target. Bartolowicz again, the intended receiver. But that's 3 that Olson has just let fly a little bit too high. Third down coming. 3rd and 8. Ball at Newcastle's 35-yard line. Early second quarter. Olson gets the snap, getting pressured, throw on the run, man open over the middle, caught inside the red zone, down to the 15, make it the 14-yard line. fair catch for the kickoff at the 34-yard line. We're tied at 7 with 9:18 remaining in the first half. Tied at 7 between Newcastle and Armstrong on our high school game of the week. On News Radio 1200 WKST. Video stream at lcsportsnet.com. Thanks to all of our fantastic sponsors for all they do for us throughout the course of the season. Can Newcastle answer now? They scored first late in the first quarter. Armstrong with a good response there. Rolling out to his left is the quarterback. Stops, throws over the middle of the field, coming back to the ball, making a diving effort. Did he get the hands under the football? He says yes. The officials do as well. Amir Akins comes back to it and gets the 18-yard completion from Kyrell Harris. Only the 4th first down of the game for the Canes. 2 of them have come on 4th downs. Trips right, under 9 to play in the first half. And I think Newcastle just had to burn their final timeout. Just confusion all over the place. As we have another Pontius Insurance timeout. By the way, that last drive for Armstrong was a dandy. A 10-play drive. Covering nearly 70 yards of turf. Your Joseph's Marketplace drive summary. Follow them on Facebook and see what's cooking today. Plenty of daily specials at their new cafe and bakery. Seven, but Newcastle out of timeouts. Armstrong still with 2 remaining. Rob Nattell running the cameras for us here tonight. And back to the action. Ball at the 48 of Armstrong. 3 receivers set. Leakins will go in motion from right to left. Now he'll get set, waiting to shotgun snap is Harris. He's rolling that way, stops, fires on the out route. Noel's intercepted, and on the diving on a deflection, did he hang on to it? Yes, he did. The interception from Connor Jacobs. He jumped the route on the out route, read it perfectly, and got the pick. So another Medor Bonner change in possession. For the local law firm with deep ties in the community, visit Medor Bonner Law to find out how they can serve you and help protect your possessions. 2 turnovers for Armstrong. First official turnover for Newcastle. They also had a turnover on downs earlier on in the game. 8:38 remaining in the first half. Flea flicker, man open on the near sideline, coming back to it, and it's knocked out of his hands at the last second. Leakins was able to make the hit, throw just a little bit behind Zablocki, the intended receiver, and that did enough. That's already 11 passes attempted in the ballgame by Caden Olson. I'll have to confer on a couple yardage totals. 5 of 11 unofficially on the night for Caden Olson. On the 2nd and 10, he's rolling out to his left, gets the hips turn, throws on the run, diving effort near the Newcastle sideline, and he couldn't quite hang on to it. Sprawling for it was Kyan Klein, but it was just a foot or 2 out in front of him. So after a pair of incompletions, 3rd down coming up for the Riverhawks. 8:26 remaining in the first half. Newcastle defense has been holding strong so far here tonight. 2 receivers each way on 3rd and 10. Blind side, they're able to get to Olsen. Can they drag him down? Yes, they finally will. First man in there on the blitz was Robert Reed, number 52, but then dragged down, believe it was Lowe maybe, who knocked him down at the end. Lowe will get credit for the sack and a huge loss. Back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 12. So that means Armstrong back to boot it away. Lowe, it bounces to the punter. He does get it off. He's going to bounce, take a couple of bounces, rolls in Armstrong's favor down to the 30-yard line before it's down there after a punt of 36 yards. 1st and 10 coming up for Newcastle. Coming up after the game, we'll have our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Seasonal allergies or just changes in the weather can affect how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Headaches, joint pains, even sinus pressure, even congestion can be alleviated by chiropractic work. Give Maley Chiropractic a call to schedule your appointment today. Newcastle out of timeouts, 7:36 remaining in the first half, tied at 7. Canes are going to go with a tight formation on 1st and 10. Jefferson, the lone back. Man in motion, Leakins goes from right to left. Counter play coming the other direction. Jefferson fights forward, out across the 30, out to the 32-yard line. Short gain for Jefferson, now 6 carries for 6 yards on the evening. Tyrell Harris, a 17-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Leakins. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. The only score for Newcastle. Armstrong responded with a 10-play scoring drive. Took nearly 5 minutes off the clock in response. Tied at 7. We approach midway point in the second. Play action. Harris lost one down the middle of the field. Leakins going for it. Caught at the 40-yard line on the hashes. And he's off to the races. See you later. 68 yards. Kyrell Harris to Tyler Leakins. To the house. A perfectly thrown ball, essentially into double coverage. And as the sun sets on a beautiful evening here at Taggart Stadium, Newcastle retakes the lead over Armstrong. Snap is a little bit behind the holder, and the kick is going to be blocked as a result. Good job even to get his hands on it by Dwayne Shannonhouse. Kick no good, but Newcastle on top, 13-7. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
DNR Lawn Care can take care of all of your landscaping and grass cutting needs. They are fully insured, accept just about any payment method, and have nearly 20 years of experience in the lawn maintenance business. Call DNR Lawn Care today to schedule an estimate or send them a message on Facebook. DNR Lawn Care. Have your lawn done right. Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
thanks to an offsides penalty. 4th down, and Newcastle just lined up offsides. Back to the action. Handoff up the middle. Not a lot of room on the ground game all night for the Riverhawks. This first carry for Jackson Chrisman. So apologize as we were away there for a moment. On News Radio 1200. Audio cut out on us. Hope we're back now live at News Radio 1200 and lcsportsnet.com. Armstrong was pinned deep in their own end. 4th down and 4. We're ready to punt it away, but Newcastle lined up off sides to extend this Armstrong drive with 4:30 now remaining in the first half. Canes up by 6. Olsen looking towards the sideline, now gets the play. Barks it out, and we're going to have a whistle and a timeout called by the Riverhawks. Their second charged Pontius Insurance timeout of the first half. Well, if you're just joining us here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, Tyler Leakins, a pair of touchdown passes. Kyrell Harris, what a beautiful game those two have had. First one was on a 4th and goal from the 17-yard line, a wheel route for the touchdown. Late in the first quarter made it 7-0 in favor of the Canes. A 10-play drive in response for the Riverhawks of Armstrong. They go down the field mainly through the air, but then a quarterback sneak put in there from Caden Olsen. Tied it up at 7. Great response from Newcastle after exchanging a couple of, or an interception and a punt. Newcastle goes for the deep ball. Play action, Harris finds Leakins, running down the seam. Perfectly weighted pass for the deep touchdown. Kick was blocked. 13-7 your score. 2nd down and 8 as we're back to the action. Olsen play action looking far sideline. Caught at the 40 and a first down. Sideline for number 5, Isaiah Brown. Out to the 45. Gain of 16 by my count. Double check all these numbers later. Spinning out of a tackle is Jackson Chrisman, fighting forward out to the 47-yard lines. Again, some tempo being employed by the Armstrong offense. Second down and 7, option to the left. They pitch it back. Chrisman's got some room in front of him across midfield, across the 45. He's got the first down and then some down near the 40-yard line. Gain of 11. Beautifully run option pitch. And just working their way down the field right now are the Riverhawks. Down to 3.5 remaining in the first half. Armstrong with a play action. Olsen fires one down the field, a man in his face, and it's going to be just overthrown out in front of everybody. As coming in with the pressure again was big number 22, Carlo Lau. Try to get your full first half stats during our halftime break. Special thanks Marie Atwell at the KST studio doing yeoman's duty there for us all season long. Second down and 10. Clock stopped with 3:17 remaining in the half. Armstrong fake the bubble screen on the wheel route. Man wide open down the field. Diving catch made, but then lost it. Kyan Klein couldn't hold on. It was a beautifully designed play. They faked the screen. Everybody bit. Klein with nothing but green in front of him, and the pass was just maybe an inch too far in front down the far sideline. At the half, Ambridge leads Neshannock 21-20. Great game down there. Third down, high pass caught on the far sideline again. It's going to be close to the first down marker. It'll depend on the spot. Isaiah Brown looks to be about a yard short, so decision time maybe, and no decision at all. Armstrong's hustling up to the line. 4th down and 1, the ball will be at the Newcastle 32-yard line. Olsen averages 24 pass attempts per game so far this year. That was pass number 18. They're going to bring in some extra meat. Now they're going to go back into the huddle and make sure they're all on the same page for this 4th down and 1. Ball's at the 32. Olsen's going to go in the gun. Option to the right. Pitch, and it's going to be a first down, diving at the last second. Crispin, 4 carries on this drive, his first carries of the night. He's going to get inside the 30, down to the 29. Needed 1 and picked up 3. 4th first down of this drive. And this will be the 12th play of this drive, down to 2 minutes remaining. Already taken 4.5 minutes off the clock. Olsen, play action. Rolls out, now throwing back across the field. Man open at the goal line, incomplete, knocked away at the last second. Isaiah Brown was the intended target. Shannon House knocked it away at the last possible moment. Remember, this drive was extended on a offsides penalty on a 4th down, back deep in Armstrong territory. 2nd and 10, bubble screen set up again. Lots of room in front, but this one's going to be coming back. Isaiah Brown able to get all that room. Looks like this one's coming back for a block in the back. As we wait for the official's call. There it is. It will push Armstrong back. This drive was extended first by the Newcastle penalty, but also you can say has been extended by the assistance of now 3 Armstrong penalties, pushing them back. They mark it at the 39-yard line, 2nd down, 20 to go. Olsen in the gun, waits, lost one down the seam, man open and incomplete is coming from his free safety spot was Leakins. He was actually covering a different receiver, read the quarterback's eyes the entire way. Tyler Leakins is having one heck of a ball game here this evening on both sides of the football. Robbie checking in on this 3rd down and long. Armstrong from their 39-yard line, they need to get to about the 20 to convert the first down. Bubble screen near side, Caden to Ian, caught, backpedaling now at the 35. Digs away from a couple of players, sandwiched, and he gets down back near the original line of scrimmage, down to the 31. Pickup of 8 yards for Ian. And Armstrong quickly to the line. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 11. They snap it. Olsen looking down the far sideline. Man streaking down there is Brown, caught in the end zone for the Armstrong touchdown. 31 yards. Isaiah Brown, just a go route, caps off a marathon of a scoring drive with 1:06 remaining in the first half. "31 yards from Caden Olsen to Isaiah Brown. I count that as a 15-play drive. We'll try to get confirmation from Ron Poniwas next to us. Snap back. Extra point is up, and it is good, giving Armstrong. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water deliveries.
Kickoff towards the near sideline is actually going to bounce out of bounds. Newcastle will have good field position, but remember they are out of timeouts with 1:06 remaining. Kickoff towards the near sideline is actually going to bounce out of bounds here tonight, 14-13. 15 plays on Newcastle will have drive. Good field position, but remember they are out of timeouts with 1:06 remaining and trailing for the first time here tonight, 14-13. 15 plays on that scoring drive. Your Joseph's Marketplace scoring drive. 15 plays, 83 yards, extended by the penalty. Isaiah Brown, 31 yards from Caden Olson. You have, and that was another one on a fourth down too, wasn't it? You're out of timeouts, looking for a splash play. So may elect to have him kick it again. Not maybe a bad idea with the fact that you have the kicks haven't exactly a great return game. Stellar off of the right foot. You're out of timeouts, so looking for a splash play. Return men standing at the 25 for Newcastle as Reed marks it off. And the kicks haven't exactly been stellar off of the right foot of Hunter Reed so far here this evening. Return men standing at the 25 for Newcastle as Reed the ball and now marks it away. His best kick of the night now. It bounces over the head of everybody, and this one is going to have to go all the way back to the 5 before it's picked up. Coming towards the near sideline, making one-man miss, and then running into his own man. Reed approaches the ball and now boots it away. His best kick of the night now. It bounces over the head of everybody, and this one is going to have to go all the way back to the 5 before it's picked up. If it'll just be time. Coming towards the near sideline, making one-man miss, and then running into his own man. Return is the returner for Newcastle. Mark it at the 19-yard line of the Canes. And with exactly 1 minute on the clock, you wonder if it'll just be time to take a knee. Pass to Isaiah Brown. Chase Lemon on that return to level the scoring for Newcastle. Tyler Leakins, a pair of touchdowns for the Canes. Caden against Harris, Newcastle. And he will just take a knee. Working against him at the moment. 14-13, Armstrong with the advantage. Under center is Harris, and he will just take a knee. He'll have to do it one more time. Canes trailing Armstrong 14-13. We'll get you the full halftime scores and updates. Send it to our friends at the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show. They can go to the locker room, but it'll be Canes trailing Armstrong. And then we'll get 14 coverage of both 13. We'll get you the full halftime scores and updates. But first, we'll send it to our friends at the Trib Live High School Sports Network halftime show as well. There's the second knee. To halftime we go. Armstrong 4-13. Newcastle and Armstrong marching bands. High School Sports Network. If you're listening on News Radio 1200 WKST, we'll go on a station break and a news update as well. There's the second knee. To halftime we go. Armstrong 14, Newcastle 13, Newcastle 13. Send it off to the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
So here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the game that you are checking out on Trib HSSN. It was a lot of fun last week. Usually until you get into conference games, it's sort of, the excitement of a new season, et cetera, but you get your fair share of blowouts and it brings you sort of crashing back to earth. Yeah. A lot of great games in week one. Hopefully the case going on here tonight in week two. And then by next week, most of the teams, not all of them, but most of the teams will be playing conference games. Those are the matchups that here on Trib HSSN. Well, we're going to continue our early season traditions. Chris Harlan, kind enough to join us. He did a great job setting the stage last week for some of the district teams to watch here in 2022. And even though this is week 3 or for some week 2, it's still early enough that we, want to learn more about some of the players to watch around the district. I think some of them have become pretty evident through the week 1 of high school football, but there are some others that I think we'll be talking a lot more about as the season goes on. It's a long list, Chris, and somehow, some way, have been able to sort of edit it.
Yeah, it's not easy to take all the guys in the WPIAL and try to boil it down to a short list for a halftime show, but I'll do my best. Let's start with the quarterbacks, because 2 of last year's leading passers are off to really good starts this year. Brad Birch at Gateway, he looks poised to have a really big junior year. Already has more than 400 yards in his first 2 games. People might remember he led Jeanette to a WPIAL title as a freshman, now trying to do the same. Gators are off to a 2-0 start. Right there with him is Caden Olson, quarterback at Armstrong. He's committed to Penn. Like Birch, passed for more than 2,500 yards last season. This year, he's already top. He's thrown for more than 500 yards in 2 games, had a 300-yard game last week against Seneca Valley. Tremendous start for him, but he's not the leading passer in the WPIAL. That title right now belongs to Nehemiah Azim of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Already close to 700 yards after just 2 games, 400-yard game in week 0. That's a record-setting pace if he can keep that up. Some other names. Here's a name I think people are going to be hearing a lot this fall. Bell Vernon running back Quentin Martin. Penn State coach James Franklin flew in on a helicopter last week to see him play Highlands. He's the biggest name among uncommitted recruits in the state right now, top recruit in the junior class. In that same game, Franklin got to see Laurel Highlands' Rodney Gallagher, a senior wide receiver committed to West Virginia. His reputation is all about his versatility. He showed it again last week. Week 1, he caught 4 touchdown passes. Week 2, they needed him under center, so he moved back to quarterback. But again, Rodney Gallagher is one of those guys you're going to see him, his name in the box score a lot this fall. Some other must-see guys who are worth going out to see.
stuff. There we go. Great stuff from the Newcastle and Armstrong marching bands. Glad to be able to have them alongside. Give a shout out to Director Nick Yoho of the Newcastle Red Hurricane Marching Band. Trumpets featured there, Dominic Cade and Braden Kisman, with some Billboard charts for you. On the other side for Armstrong, Director Jason Vaneski, Memories in Black and White with their drum majors Emma Lindhall, Natalie Claypool, and want to give a shout out to their guard leader Onyx Taylor and drum captains Ava Latanzio and Matthew McCafferty. Halftime here from Newcastle. If you're watching at lcsportsnet.com, we got some scores scrolling across your bottom line. We're updating them as we go, and we'll get you those here as we continue. Reading them off, Laurel with a 22-0 halftime lead over Mohawk, a late field goal at the end of the first half, making a 22-0 lead. Union trailed by 1 at the half. They just scored to start the second half. They lead 14-6 over Cornell. That's a big game for the Scotties for sure. Shenango trailing Riverside 14-6. Neshannock takes a lead early in the third quarter against Armstrong. High scoring affair down there. 27-21, Lancers on top. Wilmington 28-8, approaching the halftime score there up in District 10. But here's the shocker. Elwood City, that's right, Elwood City 25-6 at the half over Carlington. Elwood City currently has the longest losing streak in the WPIAL at 27 games. But they are 19-point advantage as the teams head to the locker room. So we'll keep an eye on that one as we go along. The teams have made their way from the locker room here at Taggart Stadium with a 14-13 Armstrong lead over Newcastle. We're going to step aside real quick. We'll be back in a moment with the second half here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and News Radio 1200 WKST.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Back here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, lcsportsnet.com, your home for the County of Champions here, Lawrence County SportsNet, and of course our high school game of the week on News Radio 1200 WKST. Kyrell Harris in the first half for Newcastle, unofficial numbers here. Finishing the first half going 6 of 9 for 154 yards and a pair of touchdowns, both going to Tyler Leakins, catching both of his passes for scores. Giving them this 14-13 halftime deficit, because on the other end, Caden Olson, 22 passes thrown in the first half. 11 of 22, so right at the 50-50 mark there, including a touchdown in the air, also had one on the ground. Try to get you his total yards here in a moment. Thanks again to our friends at Trib Live for our abbreviated halftime show. We want to make sure we got everybody there for both the Newcastle and Armstrong marching bands out there on the field. The 15-play scoring drive, I think the most telling for Armstrong there to end the first half. It was a huge drive. It was extended after it could have been a 3-and-out. It was extended due to a penalty. Isaiah Brown with the long touchdown completion. He's got 4 catches, 69 yards unofficially on the night. We get ready to start the second half, and it'll be Armstrong to return the second half kickoff. .142 yards passing for Caden Olson. He's going to get the ball first to start the second half, and he's going to get it from good field position as this kickoff goes out of bounds. So now one each way with the kick going over the end line. That gets another animated start from Coach Robinson. They had to use 3 timeouts pretty quickly, did the Canes in the first half. And on a kickoff out of bounds, Newcastle player looks like he may have an injury here right in front of us, as going down to the ground is number 23. Yeah, it's Malik Jefferson, the starting running back, favoring the leg. Interesting. I mean, really nothing happening on the play. Didn't see anything that seemed odd, and they're treating it like a cramp, which also is interesting. You ran once after. It is a long break, and again, it has cooled down significantly, about 75 degrees at kickoff. Definitely have lost almost 10 degrees already, but you spend the extra 3 minutes stretching, and almost immediately it looks like they're favoring a cramp. So make sure you get some extra Penn Ohio water into your system. Call Penn Ohio Bottled Water for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems, or you can get cases of bottles delivered to your home or work. 14-13, Armstrong will have possession. They lead Newcastle to start this fourth quarter. After all that, that's going to take the penalty back and make Newcastle re-kick, much like the Canes forced Armstrong to do the same. Fifth penalty unofficially against Newcastle, and another whistle. And what are we waiting for now? And they're actually going to throw the kicker off of the field. Mouthpiece again. Saying his mouthpiece wasn't in, and Angel literally just pulled it out of his mouth in front of Coach Robinson. Now Coach Rob trying to get an explanation. And they're trying to explain to both him and Angel Porras right now what's going on. So we saw a couple players kicked off the field early for not having the mouthpiece in. So now they got to figure out who your new kicker is going to be. This is a new one. So the freshman Raymond Palmer is now going to go out to do the kicking duties. Coach Rob still standing on the field. Now scurries his way back to the sideline. Well, you see something new every day. This is definitely one. The kicker thrown to the sideline. And now booting it away, Raymond Palmer. Low line drive kick, bounces at the 30. Will be taken at about the 23-yard line for Armstrong. Returning there, the far sideline, out close to the 40. Strong return. And Armstrong will finally now put it in play to start the second half. Pair of touchdowns, pair of punts, and a pair of turnovers in their first half drives for the Riverhawks, and they'll start this one right at the 40. Caden Olson, 11 of 22, a $144, a touchdown and a pick in the first half by our unofficial count. Three receivers to the left. They're going to go with a little pop pass on the jet motion coming in this direction, and it's going to be lowering the shoulder and getting the first down. Number 1, Kyan Klein. Across midfield for an 11-yard completion. That will go down as a completion because it went forward by about an inch. That pop pass designed for exactly that. Getting rid of the chair. Play action on this zone read, or on the jet sweep, and Caden Olson's off to the races. Big hole across midfield, inside the 20, to the 10, 5, 3, 2, 1, touchdown. Didn't take long, and Caden Olson, the long stride, 6'5", takes it to the house, 49 yards. And after the score, another cramp for a Newcastle player on the field. Caden Olson, we heard about his arm. He did it a lot in the first half, but mentioned as well, he is the team's leading rusher coming into today's contest. His second rushing touchdown of the night, third of the season. Armstrong takes that second half kickoff, marches right down the field with authority. Just 2 plays. Caden Olson going to the University of Pennsylvania next season to continue his academic and athletic career. 2 plays, 31 seconds. That's a 2-play, 60-yard scoring drive. There's your summary. Try to keep those scores popping up on our bottom line. Another score update is back and forth they go down there at Ambridge. Bridger's back on top, 28-27. The loss of Peyton Weaver offensively hasn't been much of an issue, but maybe on the defensive side, something to keep your eye on. Though that is a very talented Bridgers team. We saw glimpses of their magic last season as they worked their way from a bunch of losses in a row. Union now on top, 14-6 over Cornell. And at last score update, Elwood City on track to potentially be rid of the longest losing streak in WPIAL history. Player hobbling off the field, believe that's Tyler Leakins. Again, you hope it's just a cramp. They were stretching it like a cramp. As we await the extra point, it's 20-13, Armstrong over Newcastle. Just 2 plays into the third quarter. Armstrong with a 5-minute drive, 15 plays to end the first half for a score. They get the first possession in the second half. 2 quick plays. and a 7-point advantage, trying to make it 8 points as Hunter Reed will go on to attempt the extra point. Snap is back, hold down, kick up, splits the uprights. 21-13, Armstrong leading Newcastle early third quarter on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Punt blocked, returned for a touchdown. 20 yards, Isaiah Brown jumping on it, and they're still tending to the injured player for Newcastle down on the field. Malik Jefferson, you didn't see him at all on that drive. He goes into punt, had to take care of a low snap, try to get the punt off, and by that time, 2 or 3 players in there. Not sure who got the block, but picking it up and high-stepping it into the end zone is the return man, Isaiah Brown, for the score. Not sure if it's the full moon, not sure if it's just the humidity still in the air on this cool night, but apologize for some of the technical snafus and glitches that we've had over the course of the evening as well. Hopefully we got him back and here to stay at this point. After the touchdown, they're able to get Jefferson off the field, and now we will set up for the extra point. Reed awaiting. Olsen will catch a high snap. Ball down, but the kick is blocked, coming right in there through the middle and blocking it away appeared to be Bryce Wood. So 27-13, the score remains. We'll keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com as the Canes trying to reestablish the running game, but it wasn't with Malik Jefferson. Instead, on that first drive of the second half, it was with Amir Akins as the tailback. 3rd down and short, the long play, or long loss, I should say, as Kyrell Harris on play action was sacked for a 12-yard loss, a delay of game, and then the bad snap on the punt, leading to this latest touchdown. More score updates coming in. Scores in a hurry. 30-15, Union leading Cornell. And also now into the 4th quarter, Neshannock leading Ambridge. How about that? 34-28, back and forth we go. High pooch kick here, 27-13 the score. Armstrong leading Newcastle. Bobbled on the return, barely picking it up in time before getting hammered is the Canes returner. No return whatsoever. In fact, Newcastle will begin this possession at their own 29-yard line. And right now, you're just looking to get a little momentum back. Newcastle led this game 13-7. But just in the last about 4 minutes of game time, Armstrong with a trio of touchdowns. I formation, under center is Harris. Turns, handed off. That's Akins trying to bounce to the outside. He's tripped up from behind again. He tries to bounce it out. He's had some success with that, but on this place, coming up right through the middle and making the hit from behind is Jackson Chrisman. No gain on that carry for Akins, and again, the yardage on the ground just hasn't been there tonight. 9 rushing yards unofficially at the moment for the Canes. Harris through the air, 6 of 9 for $154. He's got 2 touchdowns and an interception to his credit. Three receivers set. They're going to flip the formation around. Leakin's the lone receiver to the right. Akins on the left, and they just took too long yet again. It's at least 3 delay of game penalties on the evening for Newcastle. And maybe some new bodies having to be in there with some cramps, some injuries. Dwayne Shannonhouse now in there on the offense is maybe not entirely sure of the playbook of where to line up. Aikens, the receiver, the lone receiver to the right of the formation. Rolling the other way is Harris, throw over the middle of the field. Had a man open, what's behind him and intercepted. Picked off near midfield by Connor Jacobs at the 40, down to the 30. Dragged out of bounds near the 25-yard line. Had a man open down the seam, but just a little bit behind its intended target, and waiting for it was Connor Jacobs, the senior. And all of a sudden, Armstrong trying to pull away. Best field position to start a drive tonight at the 26-yard line of Newcastle. 7:27 remaining in the third quarter. Whistle before the snap. And now they're going to throw Caden Olson off the field for not having a mouthpiece in, apparently. Point of emphasis. So Olson comes out. The new quarterback coming in for the play will be Colt Sprankle. Sprankle's got a couple of carries on the year as the second-string quarterback. Likely those coming in their 42-7 victory over Valley to start the season. They're going to go 5 wide, jet sweep action, a little pop pass forward from Sprankle. Able to find big number 1, fighting forward. Good cut up the field, inside the 20, down inside the 15, as Kyle Klein will get the completion officially from the 26-yard line all the way down to about the 14. So a 12-yard completion officially on the pop pass, and just like that, Caden Olson, after sitting out the play, comes back in. They'll go 5 wide. This time they're going to bring Brown in motion the other way. Fake to him, throw the bubble screen near side, deflected and nearly intercepted, still bobbling it, and thinking he made the catch was Jacobs, who just had the interception on the other end, but he was in tight coverage with Tyler Leakins. He's been bump and run on receivers all night, not giving an inch. .6:42 remaining in the third quarter. 2-score advantage for Armstrong. They'll go empty set again. 5 receivers. Brown in motion. Fake again to him. Blitz up the middle. Throw just out of the reach of the intended target, and Olson took a hefty hit up the middle from J.R. Gabriel. Left unblocked as he went flying right to the quarterback. Just to show you how tough Caden Olson is, 6'5", 220. He didn't go down on the play either. It's like hitting a brick wall. 3rd and 10, ball to 13. Play action, pump, Olson throwing on the slant, and it's going to be knocked away. Leakins again, one-on-one coverage all over Connor Jacobs. Leakins has been incredible. 4th down, 10 to go, ball's at the 13-yard line, so it'll be a 30-yard field goal attempt. We've already seen both teams score on a 4th down pass in the first half. Can Armstrong do the same, or can Newcastle defense keep him going? Pump, Olson scrambling, trying to buy time, throws off his back foot towards the end zone, caught at the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Another 4th down conversion. Jack Valasek will get the catch and the touchdown. His 3rd reception of the year, his 1st of the night. .13-yard touchdown. And they go with the swinging door. They snapped it, and they haven't seen a signal from any of the officials yet. But the conversion is going to be good. Defense wasn't set up. They get the 2-point conversion, 35-13. They just kind of flipped it to the outside and ran it in before anybody was ever ready. The swinging gate makes it 35-13, and what that is basically you have the extra point team out there, but you have just the snapper and the holder in their normal positions. A couple players way at one sideline, a couple players way near the other, and if the holder sees that they have a chance to just snap it and run it in for 2, they will. And after you've gone and kicked it a few times, well, defense can kind of get lackadaisical and forget about it. So touchdown and 2-pointer makes it 35-13. Armstrong, another 4th down, another touchdown. Keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com. Pooch kick, bobbled again at the 30-yard line down to the 25. Ball still loose as Newcastle trying to fall on top of it. Armstrong says they have it, waiting for a signal from the officials. And if this is Armstrong football, we're in trouble for Newcastle fans, and it is Riverhawk ball. Looked like Zablocki may be the one to have come out of the pile with it. Wow. The turnovers were plaguing Armstrong early. Newcastle took advantage, maybe not as much as you'd like to see, hoping for more, to try to put more pressure on this Armstrong team, but now it's the other way around. Midway through the 3rd quarter, and Armstrong in control. It's just kind of a little pooch kick, and they struggle with it. Here's an interesting formation. 5 men in the backfield, all next to Olsen. It's an illegal formation. Now they shift into a legal one, 5 wide. Olsen pumps, 3 men in his face, scrambling, throw near the line of scrimmage, and he actually threw it to a lineman. It hit right off the chest of number 53, Will Adams. That should be a legal touching of a pass, but I'm not sure any of the officials noticed it was 5-3 on the jersey. Unless it deflected, 88 was also in the area. Maybe it deflected off of Connor Jacobs first, but while that's going on, another cramp going on behind the play. Gives us a chance to remind you, coming up after the game, we'll give our Manly Chiropractic Play of the Game award. Great play usually involves good teamwork. Well, one of the main advantages of Manly Chiropractic is that they have the team aspect with 3 doctors of Dr. Manley, Dr. Argero, and Dr. Bowser. They all learn from each other, new tips and tricks to help keep you feeling your best. Visit them online, ManlyChiropractic.com. Thanks to our friends at Manly Chiropractic and our friends at the Red Sun. Hey, they're both hiring, folks. Give them a call. Visit them online. Stop in their offices. Stop in the store on Wilmington Road for the Red Zone and apply today. Flexible hours and on-the-job training. Oh, by the way, both named best of the best in Lawrence County. And now while they're dealing with the injury, they do rule the illegal touching. There it is. They must be listening down in their earpieces down there on the field. Five yards from the spot, so 2nd and 17. Dropping back, Olsen setting up the bubble screen, gets it to his brother, Ian, got blockers in front, inside the 30, down near the 25, spins away to the 20, near the 1st down marker, as again into the red zone goes Armstrong. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road. Everything you could possibly want. 16-yard gain there, handoff on 3rd and 1, 1st down. Inside the 15, down inside the 10 on the carry for Alex Patton, his first carry of the second half. Another carry up the middle for Patton as they quickly get up to the line of scrimmage. Not much room there, but it's going to be second down and goal inside the 5-yard line down to the 3. So gain of 3 there after the last play was a gain of 9. In the gun on second and goal from the 3. Play action. Olsen looking left. Man wide open in the end zone, standing with a W in Newcastle. His third score of the day is second through the air. Isaiah Brown from 3 yards out. And all of a sudden, this is starting to turn into an Armstrong runaway. There's your swinging gate. And now they will bring on the standard extra point unit from it. Third touchdown strike through the air for Olsen. 1 on the ground. Snap is back, kick is up and good. 2 on the ground, excuse me. 5th total touchdown tonight for Caden Olsen. The kick makes it 42-13. We'll be back in a moment. On your home for the County of Champions, Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all of the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Trib Live Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and at Trib HSS.
High short kick taken near the 33-yard line, out to about the 37 on the short return. Newcastle trying to get anything going. They were down just 1, 14-13 at the halftime break. What's happened in the last 7 minutes of gameplay? 4 touchdowns. Kate Olsen with a 49-yard run. Isaiah Brown a block punt return for a touchdown. Jack Valsek a 13-yard pass from Olsen. And in that one there, a 3-yard pass. Brown again from Olsen. (42-13), trying to figure out our audio issues again. Everything is being real full moon glitchy the way this game has gone tonight. Run up the middle, finally going down on the carry is Amir Aiken. Lost about 5 yards, and a whistle and a flag thrown in the backfield. .4:33 remaining in the third. 4 touchdowns in this third quarter for Armstrong already. Dropping back, coming near sideline. Leakins makes a leaping catch. What a well-thrown ball around 4 different defenders. Somehow finding its way into the hands of Leakins. After Aikens lost 5, give a gain on that one out to the 46 to make it a 3rd down and very manageable, 3rd and 4. .165 yards now through the air for the quarterback, who rolls out to his left on 3rd and 4, thrown in the flat, had a man open but overthrew him. Was trying to find Bryce Wood in the flat, but was hurried on the attempt and misfired. see what Newcastle will do. They already had one punt blocked. Malik Jefferson, haven't really seen him. He's actually sitting on the bench dealing with some cramps earlier. I believe that's Shannon House who's back to try to punt this one away. High snap, he's able to corral it. Barely gets the punt off, and he's actually run into. Flag comes out. Ball takes a Newcastle bounce inside the 20 down to the 15. But whether this is roughing or running into the kicker, it will be a first down for Newcastle on the penalty. So Newcastle get their first down of the second half, thanks to the penalty. And they do call a personal foul as well, so 15-yard penalty. Moves it all the way to the 39 of Armstrong, actually. So here we go, first down and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Canes, but scrambling and running out of time is Harris. He's dragged down from behind. Nick McNeely, the defensive end, drags him down all the way back at the 48-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8. Third time that Kyrell Harris has been sacked here today. Laurel now up 42-7. They've enacted the mercy rule on Mohawk in that contest. 42-13 your score here from Newcastle. 3 minutes remaining in the third. Canes trailing. Canes led 13-7, now down 42-13. Rolling out to his left, Harris throws it down the field, a little bit underthrown, deflected, and almost catching it on a deflection as Ian Olsen got a fingertip on it, and Leakins almost crawled back to it. Third down and 18 coming up, and another whistle and conference from the officials. They're probably going to talk about what they're going to order from the crane room after the game. They're actually figuring out who's going to call ahead for your to-go order. Whether it's the homemade desserts, half-price apps, that's on Thursday at the crane room. How about a crowler to go? There's always something for you at the crane room for takeout or curbside pickup. Place your order now, 724-656-1553. Giving us all these score updates. Last we heard, Union doubling up on Cornell, 30-15 in the third quarter. And it is official, the streak is over. Final, Elwood City 46, Carleton 6. Throw down the middle of the field on third and long, jumping interception made by Alex Patton. He's going to get back out to the 35-yard line, but that's going to be interception number 3 thrown on the evening from Kyrell Harris. .225 remaining. It's 42-13, all Armstrong here in the second half. They held a 14-13 lead at the break. Three offensive touchdowns plus a special teams touchdown on a blocked punt has put this one out of reach. And a whistle, we're going to have a Pontius Insurance timeout called by Newcastle with 2:25 remaining. We'll step aside for a moment here as well on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Wilmington gets their second win, 50-8 over Mercer. Carlington falls to Elwood City, 27-game losing streak in the books. But here at Newcastle, tough time for the Canes, trailing 42-13. Late here in the third quarter, and a whistle after this 7-yard gain on the play. Alex Patton right up the gut, and it looks like another Newcastle player down, though this one not looking as much like a cramp. 2:08 remaining. Canes trailed by 1 at the half, but Armstrong finished the first half with a 15-play drive. It was extended, remember, on a penalty on 4th and 4. Offsides on the defense when the punt team was out there inside their own 20. And that extended the drive, turned into a 15-play scoring drive. Took over 5 minutes off the clock and gave Armstrong the lead right before the break. Newcastle just took 2 knees to end the half, and then Armstrong, since then, well, they've done just about everything right. Caden Olson, a 49-yard run. Isaiah Brown blocks a punt, or gets the block punt, I guess I should say, returns at 20 yards for a touchdown. Jack Valasek, a 13-yard touchdown pass from Caden Olson. And then another short drive after a muffed kick return. Isaiah Brown gets his second touchdown through the air, third total in the game. Touchdown from Olson, making it our score now of 42-13. Some other scores as they're coming through. Neshannock just took a lead with less than a minute to play, 40-34 over Ambridge. What a game that one has been. Mentioned Elwood City final over Carlington, 46-6. Shenango was down to Riverside 14-6 at half last time we had a score update there. Union 30-15 over Cornell at last score check. They're taking their time with the injured Newcastle player down on the field. So with that, slowly getting to his feet with some assistance and holding the left arm is Marcus Evans. The game was starting strong for the Canes. Turnovers forced on the first 2 possessions. A 7-0 and 13-7 lead for Newcastle in this game. Armstrong has proven strong, waking up, and here's a big run across midfield, first down and more to the 45, down to the 40-yard line is Alex Patton. Goes from the 42 to the 40. 8 plus 10, 18-yard gain. Patton now 8 carries for 50 yards. 2 receivers set, play action for Caden Olson. He's going to launch one down the far sideline, 1-on-1 coverage, jump ball at the goal line, knocked away. Tight coverage on that far sideline. That was the 29th pass thrown by Caden Olson on the evening. And the team hustling back to the line, trying to catch Newcastle off guard. They'll hand it off up the middle. Big hole, but tracked down from behind. Great tackle coming through. Otherwise, it would have been off to the races for Patton. Only picked up 4. before he was dragged down on the play. Joey Venanzia just ran off the field. I believe he's the one who made the tackle, actually. Quick snap again on 3rd down and 6. And I think they're going to be just a yard short. Mark it at the 31, needed to get to the 30. 4th down and 1, a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. A 4-score edge for the Riverhawks. They're going to go for it. Shotgun snap, handoff up the middle, 1st down. And then some, inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line. Needed 1 and gained 8. It's been all Alex Patton on this drive for Armstrong. Here's sideline down to the 10-yard line from Olsen to Chase Jablonski. There's a new name making the catch. From the 22 to the 9, so we'll give that a 13-yard completion. And another 1st down. Handoff up the middle, inside the 5, down to the 4 for Alex Patton. 6-yard gain down to the 3-yard line officially. We'll see if Armstrong will try to punch it in with just 10 seconds remaining in the quarter and try to put it in the mercy rule. Pop pass forward, coming from left to right, cutting it up the field is number 10. He's stuffed right at the goal line. Did Tolowitz get in there? He did not. So the mercy rule will have to hold on at least for one more play and at the other side of the field, because we've played 3 here at Taggart Stadium. Armstrong, 4 scores in that 3rd quarter. 42-13 they lead. Back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
12 minutes on the clock, 4th quarter about to get underway, and it'll be a 3rd down and 1 to go. Alex Patton had 6 carries all night, 6 carries already on this drive. 9th play of the drive coming up for Armstrong, 3rd down and 1. 42-13, Riverhawks taking control here in the 2nd half. Shotgun snap to Olsen. Hop pass over the top, and it's a touchdown. Play action, just flipped it over the top to Zork Zablocki, the H-back tight end, who gets his 2nd touchdown of the year. 4th touchdown pass of the evening. I got Caden Olsen unofficially at 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, and add another 2 on the ground. He's been all that in the bag of chips. Snap is back, kick is up, and good. And we are now into the mercy rule with a 49-13 Armstrong advantage. We'll step aside, back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Just 4 seconds into this fourth quarter, Armstrong takes a 49-13 lead, and it'll be the third straight game that Newcastle has played a mercy rule game. One on the good side against Summit Academy, and now 2 in a row, not the way you want it to be. Final score is starting to trickle in. We'll get them to you as they come through, as this kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. Has the Shannicon final, have we heard yet? I haven't heard that one yet. They were up with a minute to go, 40-36. Union 30-21 over Cornell. Huge win for the Scotties. They're now 2-1. Elwood City snaps their losing streak. 27 straight games, all done. They defeat Carleton 46-6. Union 30-21 over Cornell. Mentioned that one as a final score. Laurel 42-7 at last count. In that one, Wilmington 50-8 over Mercer. So now the clock running the rest of the game. Tyrell Harris will go under center. Akins is the tailback in the I formation. Turn, handoff to the sophomore, and he's going to be dragged down from behind for a big loss back to the 13-yard line. Might give forward progress to the 14. That's a loss of 6. Akins, I believe. Yes, Akins on the carry back to the 14-yard line for that loss. Laurel now final at 49-7. Second down, handoff. Akins coming near side this time, trying to bounce it to the outside. He's going to stiff arm a man, get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. Couldn't quite escape Max Zablocki. Yeah, Jablonski, Zablocki. We had Dozek a couple times. This time it's Max on the big hit. Third down and 15 coming up. What a foundation we've had. Caden Olson. Touchdowns galore. 6 total scores. The 7th coming on a blocked punt for a touchdown for Armstrong. 4 in the air, 2 on the ground. Trips right. Harris drops back. Eludes one man in the backfield, eludes another, now just scrambling, running for his life, gets back to the line of scrimmage, somehow turns something out of nothing. It's a gain of 3, but it will be another third down non-conversion. I have unofficially at 0 for 8 on third downs tonight. And negative yards on the ground. A rough night for the black, red, and white. Canes will boot it away with 9 minutes remaining on a running clock here in the fourth quarter. Shannon House gets a high snap, boots it away, low line drive, barely cleared his own line, takes a bounce at the 45, a great Canes bounce all the way to the Armstrong 40. That's where the Riverhawks take over, 1st and 10. 8:40 remaining, clock will stop momentarily. Gives us a chance to give a shout out to our friends at Doran Concrete. When it comes to your residential or commercial concrete services, you need a team you can rely on. Call Doran Construction for your free estimate today. Talk about best of the best. How about Jessica Weiland of Pontius Insurance? Between her, Tracy Giddings, and Dan Pontius, you can get the best rates and customer service for your insurance. by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. Give them a call or visit them online, pontiusinsurance.com. Clock is running. New quarterback in there. We saw him for one play already, Colt Sprankle. Bunch of new faces out there. We'll do what we can as we finish this one off. Zone read, keeping it is the quarterback. Sprankle up the middle, not much room. Gets out to about the 43-yard line for the first carry of the night for Colt. 49-13. Armstrong has scored the last 42 points consecutively in this contest. Another zone read, but not the right read, is gobbled up in the backfield. A multitude of red jerseys converging on the ball carrier. Jaden Kirkwood, the first one in there, back to the line of scrimmage. Ball carrier was number 22, Rex Harmon, I believe. Neshannock now a final, 40-34. Third down and long, keeper for the quarterback, trying to bounce to the outside, dragged down after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Looks like that was Dylan Carter on the tackle. And Armstrong will bring out the punt unit, clock winding at 7 minutes to go. Running clock here with the mercy rule in effect, 49-13. Thanks, Mike Azadian, giving those score updates all game long on that Ambridge-Neshannock final, 40-34. So all those games are final. Still looking on a Shenango-Riverside final score to pop up. Snap is back, and a good strong boot from Jackson Chrisman is going to go over the head of the returners, take a sideways bounce at the 20 and out of bounds at the 19. 6.5 remaining. Newcastle will take over. Coming up after the game, we'll have an abbreviated Tri-County Principals post-game show. In that, we'll announce our LCAP player of the game. So many ways LCAP improving the quality of life in Lawrence County. One of the great ways is the Head Start and Pre-K Counts programs, where children under the age of 5 through LCAP can receive free quality preschool at various locations all around the county, including right here next door as part of the Head Start program at Ben Franklin School. One of the great programs we have through LCAP, and we thank our powering sponsor for all they do, Tom Scott, Jen Elliott, and the entire crew, for all their help on Lawrence County SportsNet. Thanks to our friends at WKST, simulcast tonight and all year long on News Radio 1200. Shotgun snap, busted play, and they're going to flip it kind of backwards. It's going to work out to the advantage of Newcastle, it looked like. Turning to his left was the quarterback, Kyrol Harris. And running back went the other way. Trying to confirm who that was on the carry. So it was Aiken on that carry again. Aiken's picked up 4. Second down, 6 to go. I formation, 2 receivers left. Again, Aiken's on the carry from the I, dragging a tackler forward close to the first down marker. It looks like he will have enough to move the chains. Under 5 minutes to play on a winding clock. And yeah, they will move the sticks, 1st and 10. Only the second first down for Newcastle in the second half. Such a well-played game in the first half. And then just things have started to derail on this Newcastle squad. They'll have 7 days to think about it before they travel down to West Allegheny. Moving down from 5A, always a powerful team, even now with Bob Palco not the head coach anymore, so he's moved on to Mount Lebanon, but still an impressive team, and it's going to be a tough start to a brutal non-conference or First it was brutal non-conference, but then a absolutely brutal Parkway conference that we will have to witness for Newcastle this year as Bryce Wood carries on the left end for a loss of 1. In our post-game show, we'll also announce our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Looking for dedicated, energetic staff to work the front desk, chiropractic assistants, or therapy technicians. Anyone over 16 can apply, no experience necessary. Bouncing outside is Akins on 2nd and 11. Nice cut inside, shifting moves, and one of the few positives you can take away maybe from this game, or at least in the second half for Newcastle, because there was lots of good going on in the first half. But Akins' last few runs have been very solid. But the scoreboard not looking good for Newcastle. 49-13, we're down to 3 minutes remaining. Remember, the Canes led midway through the second quarter by a score of 13-7. Two receivers right. Harris in the eye. Turns, hands it to Akins. Tries to cut it upfield, now breaks it outside. He's got the first down. Lowers the shoulder. Again, great looks from the sophomore, listed as a wideout, but he's been playing a lot of running back tonight. 5'9", 140, and you love seeing a little guy like that go and lay down the boom. And by my count as well, that's the first third down conversion for Newcastle in this game. Gain of 8. It'll be under 2 minutes to go when Newcastle snaps this football. Trying to bounce it near side now as Akins gets to the corner. He's got room to run across midfield, and then he's spun out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Nice pickup, 13 yards. If nothing else, just something for the Canes to build on before that conference opener on the road next week. Armstrong will have one more non-conference tilt where they will host Freeport before they begin their Greater Allegheny Conference clash at Hampton 2 weeks from tonight. Just over a minute left. Akins again, this time bounces it to the right side. Stiff arms, tries to cut in. Good job to hold on defensively. Hayden Pompano, nice little stick defensively. Gets the Armstrong defense excited and holds Akins to just a 2-yard pickup. 13 carries for 45 yards for Amir Aiken, a bright spot here in this fourth quarter. They will now spot the ball. Newcastle should have to run one more play before this one comes to an end, and they might not even do that. They might just let the clock wind all the way down now. They will say, got to run one more. Then we'll call it final. We'll take it to a 60-second station timeout, and we'll wrap things up. Here from Taggart Stadium, final score, Armstrong 49, Newcastle 13. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching high school football on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and listening live on News Radio 1200 WKST.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Back on the Tri-County Principals post-game show, 49-13, Armstrong defeats Newcastle tonight. That's our Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll wrap things up quickly with our scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, and it was Newcastle getting it done early. Tyler Leakins, a 17-yard touchdown pass on 4th down. Newcastle taking advantage of some early miscues, turnovers from Armstrong. Made it 7-0 after Angel Porras' kick. That was a 4th down completion, 4th and goal, that led to that touchdown near the end of the first quarter. Armstrong would respond. A 10-play drive, took about 4 minutes off the clock before Caden Olson ended up sneaking it in at the very end of that long drive after working his way down the field through the air. Tied it up at 7-7. Newcastle then would strike right back after a 3-and-out from Armstrong. Tyler Leakins, a deep ball from Kyrell Harris, making it a 68-yard touchdown pass, 13-7 as the extra point was blocked. And after that, though, it was at the 6:40 mark of the second quarter, all Armstrong after that, because immediate response, well, not immediate, a 15-play drive that was extended based on a penalty after it looked like Armstrong was going to go 3-and-out, and that's got to be really your key play of the game that changed everything, because without that play, who knows what could end up happening. Newcastle get the ball back. Instead, the penalty and offsides extended the drive with a first down, a 15-play scoring drive covering 83 yards in 5.5 minutes, and another 4th down touchdown. A 31-yard pass from Caden Olson to Isaiah Brown made it a 14-13 lead with just over a minute to go in the first half. And then the third quarter, Armstrong just put the pedal to the metal. Caden Olson, a 49-yard run, a 20-yard blocked punt. Isaiah Brown picked it up, returned it for a touchdown. Jack Valasek, after a muffed kickoff, will get a 13-yard touchdown pass, again on 4th down from Olson. And Isaiah Brown, another touchdown from 3 yards out. That made it 42-13, and mercy rule put into effect on the very first play of the fourth quarter, just 4 seconds into it. A short touchdown pass from 1 yard out to Dorzik Zabranski to make it final score of 49-13. We got some quick awards to give out. Our play of the game is going to be the long touchdown pass from Kyrell Harris to Tyler Leakins, and we're going to give the play of the game officially to Kyrell Harris of Newcastle tonight. A couple touchdowns through the air, but that long play, our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Maley Chiropractic proud to present this play of the game to Kyrell Harris of Newcastle. Maley Chiropractic and LC SportsNet proud to honor him for tonight's play of the game. He will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game, and video of tonight's play could also be featured on the standout platform on Trib Live High School Sports Network. You can view tonight's play of the game and all plays of the game at lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations again to Kyrell Harris, our play of the game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And our LCAP Player of the Game award recipient, the 2 touchdown receptions for Mr. Tyler Leakins. He is our Lawrence County Community Action Partnership Player of the Game award. LCAP and LC Sportsnet proud to honor Tyler Leakins for tonight's LCAP Player of the Game award. He will receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Player of the Game, and you can view the full list as well of Players of the Game at lcsportsnet.com. Click on Player of the Game. Congratulations, Tyler Leakins, tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, changing lives. Armstrong 2-1. They'll take on Freeport next week. Newcastle 1-2. They will start conference play at West Allegheny. Thanks to everyone here. Mr. Sam Flora, Randy Rayburn, Bob Pia, everybody involved at Newcastle, getting us here, getting us set up, and getting things running smoothly as always. through some technical glitches and snafus, it was definitely a full moon here tonight. Newcastle led 13-6, but Armstrong scores the final, or 13-7, excuse me, but Armstrong the final 42 points to take home tonight's victory. Thanks to all of our sponsors on lcsportsnet.com. Thanks for listening on News Radio 1200 WKST for tonight's high school football game of the week. Stay tuned next week as we will be having another doubleheader on Friday. We'll have coverage, actually just one game on Friday, Mohawk against Riverside, and then on Saturday we will be having the Shenango versus Union homecoming game. By the way, our first homecoming queen of the year at Laurel tonight, Josie Fortuna. Running the cameras tonight, Mr. Rob Nattell. For Rob, myself, James Dotson, everyone here at Newcastle, signing off. Your final score one last time, Armstrong 49, Newcastle 13. You caught it here at lcsportsnet.com and on News Radio 1200 WKST. Thanks for watching and have a great night, everyone.